What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me today. The subject I'm going to bring to you guys this afternoon is getting ready to put together your game plan and what we do from a defensive perspective in scouting and watching film of our upcoming opponent. Um, it's going to be a quick crash course situation. Um, I talk about knowing your side and how to watch film and scouting reports. Really, really good stuff, valuable stuff that I'm hoping that you can take away, um, to your program. So for us, we use a 4 game breakdown to dissect our opponent each week. What I like to do personally is I like to watch the last 2 games in their entirety. Obviously, just the opponent's offense. I kind of want to see how it flows and all that stuff before I start getting into specific cut ups and situations. And then once I watch those first 2 games, then I'll get into those cut ups. I'll get a pad and pencil, and I'll start putting together um, our scouting report. Um, we use DV Sport. Some schools use Huddle. Some schools use Exos Thundercloud. So I always, when I talk to my guys about, how to watch film and scouting reports, I always try to talk to them and make sure I coach them up on how to read the overlays in DV Sport. So above top here on the left is obviously, first down and 10. The R is for the right hash. The 11 is for the personnel they're in, and gun GN is gun near. That means that the running back is close to the tight end, gun near. We call this triple. Everybody, this will be different for everybody, but we call this formation that they're playing triple. And when they run the play, they ended up running outside zone. So this top layer, this top line is your opponent. And then we're watching film. This is what we ran. If say we're doing some type of self scout, this is what we ran, and our defense was bench 4. Um, bench 4. Okay. So really important to make sure they know what they're looking at when they're watching film. When you ask your players to watch film, you gotta coach them up. You can't just assume that they're gonna know what exactly to do or what they're, what are they looking at. They might not know exactly what's in front of them. Okay. What I tell these guys is what to look for. First thing, we're gonna look at the personnel. Are they primarily a 10 personnel team? Do they go 11, 12? What do they do in certain personnels? Their formations, what are their formations that they utilize, and schemes, any type of tendencies that you might see, or any tips. And then I try to really look at any of the big plays, touchdowns, sacks, scrambles, big runs, anything like that. For personnel, I'm going to break into this a little bit deeper. I'll get into the weeds. Who is on the field? What do they do with certain people on the field? Who are their, what I call their Don Juans, their guys? Who do they try to get the ball to? Look at the quarterback. Is he a guy that's a runner? Is he someone that does a good job scrambling? How does he handle pressure? Is he a pocket passer, or is he a do threat? Um, you know, really, really important to know what type of quarterback you're playing against. Look at the offensive line. Who's good? Who can you tell that's young, and who struggles, and what do they struggle with? And then look at the tight end. Is he a guy that blocks? Is he a receiving threat? How many tight ends do they use? The tight end position is becoming so popular in high school, college, and the NFL that you gotta really pay attention to those guys. And then looking at the running back, what are his best runs? Where does he run it? Is he someone that can catch the ball? And then big is, how is he in pass pro? Is he someone that can block, can protect the quarterback? Is he a big guy? Is he a scat back? Do they use running back by committee? And find out who their feature back is. Okay. And then next thing we're looking at is their formations. What are their top formations? What do they get out of them? What do they try to do? Okay. When they get into a bind, okay, when they're in a tough situation, what is their go-to formation? Okay. Look at their back alignment. What is the menu? Is it 2-back? Is it pistol? Is it a shotgun? Okay. Look at the tight end, the Y. Is he on the line of scrimmage? Is he off the line? Do they use him? Do they shift and trade and motion and troop? Look at all that stuff. And I just talked about GN, which means gun near. Well, opposite GN is GF, which is gun far. Is the running back aligned to the strength, to the tight end? Is he aligned to him or is he aligned away? And then look for four-man surfaces. Four-man surfaces for defensive coordinators, drive them nuts. We have to adjust when a team comes out in tight end with the wing. They created an extra gap. We have to account for that extra gap. And then, are they under center or are they gun? And that, the last bullet I say, just get familiar with any of the motions, shifts, trades, or troops. Really, really important. Scheme. Okay. What are they doing? Who are they? What are their top runs? Are they an outside zone? Are they an inside zone? Do they, is it some type of pin and pull? What do they do? Same thing with top passes. Are they more quick game? Are they going to, vert, get you down the field? What are the concepts? Through those formations, are they a lot of 3x1, 2x2, stuff like that? And then find out, are they a play action team or an RPO team or both? Do they utilize the run pass option? Okay. And then we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of things is look at their pass protection. Okay. Are they a half slide, full slide? Are they a big on big? Look at any type of screens, draws, and try to, figure out, do they like to use gadget gimmicks and special type plays? If you can identify those early, you can, take a few minutes during the week and practice against them. Tendencies. Rule number one, they must be over 80%. For me, to count it as a tendency. Okay. Run pass, RPOs. Any tendency there? Is there any type of formational tendency with the back and the tight end? And then the obvious tendencies, the down and distant ones, short yardage, third down, second down, after an incomplete pass. I always love to see 2nd and 10, after an incomplete pass. They pass on first down, it goes incomplete. What do they do on 2nd and 10? You get a big tendency out of that. And then field zone, is it red zone? Is it tight red? Goal line, or are they backed up? And then situational, 2-minute, 4-minute sudden change. So tendencies are big. Again, the most overarching theme of this page is that it must be over 80%. And then tips, Bill Belichick's dad, Steve Belichick, was a scout for many years and a coach. And I read a good portion of his book. And what he was a master at was this, tips. The offensive lineman is on his, his knuckles, he's on his fingers, his back leg is here, any type of tips that can give us any type of indication of what is about to come, what we might see. So for the O-line alignment, their stance, their splits, the calls, signals, the tight end, what happens when he's on and off, the split, and then the running back. The running back alignment is huge for tips. Is he wide? Is he tight? Is he deep? Is he flat? Where is he lined up? By the way he's lined up, are we going to get some type of outside zone? Are we going to get some, if he's back farther, are we going to get some type of downhill inside zone? So really important to check out tips. And then, like I said, the last thing, is just check out the big plays. How do they happen? Check out the sacks, the scrambles, what have they done? What has been successful? How do they score points? Through runs, passes, screens, whatever it is. And then for sacks, I love to see sacks because I really like to know what do they struggle with. Either if there's a not good offensive lineman that you can attack, or are they struggling with just normal stunts, twists, and pressure? And then how's he scramble? How is he when he's off the spot? Where the scramble is productive, where the breakdown rush lanes, when he does scramble, where does he escape? And then how quick does the QB look to scramble? A lot of those QBs have, quick legs and quick feet, and they get nervous, they get happy, and as soon as their guys aren't open, they're taking off. Is he one of those types? And we need to know that so we can put together our game plan and our scheme accordingly. And then does, how is he throwing on a run? If they do any type of sprint out, and if it's always one way or the other way, and how does he throw on a run? So again, guys, I really wanted to just send you, and show you guys a few things that I look at when I am scouting an upcoming opponent from a defensive perspective. I look forward to doing the same type of video for you guys for scouting when you are looking at your opponent's defense. Please, if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My email is wedwards36@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great 2021.